Hey guys, I'm Sarah Gibbs and I'm going to show you how to do a hooded eye look. All right, I am going to be using all Younique products, and if you need anything, if you love the products that I use, you can surely order them, just let me know. So let's get started. So hooded eyes are all different types and sizes and looks and shapes, but this is just a general good technique for a hooded eye, okay? So if you know you have a hooded eyelid, then you probably know that you need to use a technique like this. If you don't know, then when you watch me and I teach you about it, you may want to try it because it may be something that you have been struggling with, your eyeshadow or the way it looks on you, okay? Always recommend starting out with an eye primer. So I use Younique's Moodstruck Eye Primer. This is gonna make sure the eyeshadow goes on really smoothly. It's gonna help it blend and really stay on really, really well. No creasing, no wearing off or any of that. So just take a tiny bit of eye primer, and I'm just gonna do this look on one quick eye for you to make the video short and sweet. And I always do my brows first. I usually do my eye makeup first, so I do have my foundation on. I'm wearing all Younique base products as well as lip gloss, okay, and the color Lippy, in case you're wondering. So I put eye primer all over my lid. Next up, we're gonna grab some brushes. So 3 key brushes that I see everybody needs for their eye looks. There's more brushes too, but these are 3 key ones you're gonna really need. So definitely some type of deluxe eye brush. This is just a regular old eye brush. It's nice and soft. The bristles are loose, but not super loose, and they're compact, but not super compact, okay? Then you have the really loose brush. So this is our blending brush. It's almost pointed at the end, but it has a really, really soft texture at the end, nice loose bristles. Then you have the crease brush, which is definitely pointed at the end and is nice and has firmer bristles that are more compact together. I recommend also getting one of these on Amazon. This is just a color switch to switch between colors when you're using your brushes. So when you rub it in, it'll just take the color off, okay? So all the brushes that I'm using are also Younique brushes, so you can order from my site if you would like. So I recommend starting with a color that's gonna be really easy to start with at first, something really neutral. So we're just gonna use browns. We're gonna be using the pressed shadows from Younique. And the first color that I'm going to use, excuse me, for my mess that I'm making right now, dumping products over myself. Okay, so first color I'm gonna use is something super neutral and light. This is called Timid. So it's super pretty and it's just a tan matte finish. So you're gonna use your Deluxe Brush to put product on there. Then you're gonna tap off excess so you don't have tons of product hanging off the brush, okay? Oh, sorry, this is the eye we're doing. So I'm gonna go lid only. So if you see I'm stopping right here at my crease, that's because I'm doing my lid only. Okay, so you go lash line all the way along, all the way to the lid. And you can add a little more if you need it. So this is the color Timid, using the Deluxe Brush and just putting it all over the lid as kind of our base. And anybody, you can use this if you have hooded eyes or regular eyes, or another type of eyes, okay? If you have more lid exposed, basically. So hooded eyes is whenever you have less lid exposed whenever your eye is open. Next up, you're gonna grab your crease brush. I mean, not crease brush, your blending brush. So blending brush, the fuzzy, the fluffier one. Make sure there's no other color on it. Make sure mine doesn't have any color on it. And then you're gonna grab your next darker color. So I'm gonna be doing neutrals, so I'm going with a brown next. So I'm gonna use this pretty color brown called Nimble. And it's actually a satin finish, so it has a little tiny bit of shimmer in it. And it's just a very, very neutral brown. So rub your brush in it, tap off a little excess so you don't have too much flying everywhere. And then you're going to rub this right along the lash line, okay? So kind of exactly what we just did, except it's just using this specific brush, so it's gonna give it a really neat blended texture, soft, soft look. And you're kind of rubbing the brush back and forth like a windshield wiper motion right along the lash line. Because the brush is so wide, it's gonna bring it up almost to your crease anyways, okay? So you give it a nice pretty look. And then next up is your crease brush, okay? So you're gonna grab that brush, make sure it doesn't have any color on it, and then you can switch to one more darker color. So I'm gonna use the next darkest color, which is this pretty brown. It's a matte finish called Marvelous. It's a really dark brown. You're gonna rub your brush in, tap off excess, and then you're going to just rub this right along that lash line. Okay, so really, really great if you have really tight hooded eyes. You're not gonna be using any type of crease here. And the reason why is because when you have really hooded eyes, sometimes it's really hard to find the crease. And you don't want to end up looking like a big black eye, right? So the darkest color is going to go right along the lash line, kind of like a smoky eye. You're just going to put that dark color right along with that crease brush. Okay, so next up, you're going to go back to your blending brush and back to Nimble, which was that satiny finish, lighter brown. Get your product on, tap off the excess, and do the same thing we did. We just windshield wiper it along, and you can add more if you need to. And it's just gonna give it a nice satiny shimmery finish, okay? Beautiful, right? Last but not least, you're gonna go back to your Deluxe Brush, take the product off, so I'm just switching my brush with the color switch, and I'm gonna go to the lightest color that I have in the Younique pressed shadows. Mine got broken in travel, but Optimistic is what it's called, and it's almost like a champagne shimmer, really pretty. And you're gonna put that right at your crease bone, so kind of backwards than I normally teach, but right at the crease bone to really bring out that contoured eye and to soften the area right above the darkest area, okay? And then you can use your concealer as your brow highlight. So I use Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer from Younique. Tiny, tiny bit, literally, this stuff goes such a long way. So just put a tiny, tiny bit. Watch, my kids may come in here, so just so you know. Tiny, tiny bit right along the lid. And you can get any kind of brush. I'm using the powder concealer brush from Younique. And I'm just gonna buff it out right along my brow line. Just to highlight that brow and give it a nice little matte, light finish. Transition into that pretty eye look. Okay, next up, you're gonna do a little bit of eyeliner right along. I usually do it on my waterline, so use the Precision Eye Pencil from Younique. It's super easy to put on, water resistant, and the color goes on really bold and pretty. So I'm just gonna slightly pull on that bottom skin, but very so slightly, because that skin is very delicate. And then up to you, but you can also do, depending on how dark you want your eyes, you can do a line on the top, but you could also stop here and then do your mascara, and that is your hooded eye look. So super blended and pretty and easy. Anyone can do it. 3 brushes, 4 easy colors, and that's it. Hope you loved it, and I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have questions. All right, bye.